Hello everyone. I am so glad you have joined me today. I love sharing my ideas with you, and I hope I inspire you with today's creation. And today I did a Case the Catty idea. And here's what I came up with. And I did the inside in the envelope. Join me in the studio and I'll show you how. This week is my Case the Catty project. And I looked through my catalog, and I did the annual catalog this time, and I really liked this idea, but I don't have those images, so I changed mine. So the first thing I needed to do was to make my sketch. So I took the card, and I was looking at this online, and it looked like this was embossed. So that's the reason why I've added a pattern, but that's my card base. This shape is cut out of the card base. I am going to use the same stitched nested labels, but it wasn't in my program, so I just did a rectangle, not a rectangle, oh, what am I thinking? A square that I made into a diamond. And I couldn't adjust the sides because it shrunk the size. So I'm going to use that. And this is embossed. So I just added a image there to make it, give it some interest. Now they use the peacock. I decided to use the daisy on mine. So I'm going to punch a daisy. All right. So with that in mind, the supplies I'm going to use, I have a scrap of Whisper White. I have a piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of the card. I have a piece of soft seafoam that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's to cover up the inside when I make it. My card base is soft seafoam, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I have my envelope. I'm going to use some of the Noble Peacock Specialty Designer Series paper for, I'm not going to emboss this piece, I'm going to use this in the background. So I've cut it bigger than I need when I cut out the front of the card base. And then I cut a piece, I had a little strip left, so I cut it down to use on the inside of the card. So I'm going to use the Stitch Nested Labels dies, and it's not the largest one, it's the next one down. And I have my subtle embossing folder for my card front. I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight ink and a dauber on my daisies. And I have my the small daisy punch, the smallest one. All right, first thing I need to do is I need to cut out my piece on the front. So I'm going to take and I'm going to center it as best I can, and I'm going to tape it in place so that it doesn't move on me when I run it through. All right, let me run this through. Okay, I've got my piece cut. This piece I can set aside and use it on another card. Now I want to create the backing, and this is going to go on the back of this, and this piece will be in the center. So the first thing I have to do is attach this. And this I cut, I think this is like 3 1/2 by 5 is what I did it. I wanted to make sure that it didn't show, so I didn't skimp on this. So let me attach this like so. I'm gonna center it like so. And then this piece I'm gonna put on here, but what I'm gonna take and do is, let me find my bone folder over here. I wanted something light. Before I can do that, I need to emboss this front with my embossing folder. So I'm going to run this through the machine. I want to make sure it's down far enough at the top so that it embosses the whole front. Okay, let me run this through. Okay, I've got this embossed now, and it's time to put this piece on. Now you want this piece a little bit smaller than your card because you don't want to add bulk in there, because I'm going to put this on with dimensionals so that it's kind of recessed. So, and it's going to take a lot of dimensionals, but you have to do it. I don't know, they're sticking together. I'm just going to cut this one in half. What you want to do is you want to put your dimensionals around the edge here. So that it supports it. And that way, if you put it on here, you run the risk of it showing. So put it around the edge of here. And then you can put the edge of your around the edge of your card. I can't think. I'm trying to do this and not. And I'm using half dimensionals because it's just, you don't need to use all of those. All right. And I am putting a lot on here because I want to make sure. I need to move this one down. Can I pull it up? Nope, I'm going to leave it. All right, now I need to do the edge of this. So I'm going to put these on the edge. All the way around. And I'm probably one will go there. I know in my picture you can't see it, but in the catalog, that image is the embossed piece is recessed from the opening. So that's the reason why I'm doing it this way. All right, now I got to take all these backs off. All right, I have them all off. I couldn't tell if that was off or not. All right, now this is the front. I want to make sure I put this on right. All right, so I'm going to attach this as best I can. And there's enough dimensionals in there. And so now that piece is recessed like the one in the book. See, it's kind of, you can see it there that it's recessed. All right, now to do, oh, sorry, the daisy. All right, let's see. I'm going to punch out 3. All right. And then what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to use this. I'm just going to add some color to the center. So I'm doing it that way. And then I'm going to just a slight hint to the tips. So I'm not hitting it but more than one time. I'm trying to hit the very tip because I don't want too much color on there, but I wanted enough for it to show. All right, now I need my glue dots, and they're over at the other table. Oops, before I do the glue dots, I'm going to take 2 of them and curl down. And I just kind of looked at the centers and picked the one that I thought was the best for the top. And the one that's on the top, I curl up, so I flip it over. And you have to be very careful when you do this with your bone folder. If you pull too hard, you'll pull the petals off. Then you got a mess. All right, wait a minute. There's one. Oh, I skipped that one. And then what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to join these. But if you see, I kind of left a space, and that's where the one on top goes. All right. So now I can put this one in like so. All right. And then this is going to go in here, and I'm going to use Dimensionals on the back. I don't know if I'm going to do another one or not before I take the backs off. You know what? I think I am. I think I'm going to do another daisy. So I'm going to do that real quick. I am going to put some rhinestones in the middle. But let me see if I need leaves. Let me just pull one out real quick. Cardstock's right here. I can use this leaf punch. Let's see. It may not look right, but we'll see. No, I don't like it. It needs to be darker. Let's try Pear Pizzazz and see. I'm only going to punch one to see. No, I don't like it. I'm not going to do it. Sometimes you have an idea and it doesn't work. So, nothing wrong with that. Experimenting. Okay, let me take my backs off. And I can. I'll put the bottom one on first. And that. And then here are my rhinestones. And I'm going to use the big one in the middle. And there we have it. And I did the inside of the envelope. I wanted some blue around it, so I just kind of masked it and sponged around it. It didn't do too well, my mask slip, but you get the idea. So, okay. Oh, I totally forgot this was supposed to be on the inside. Oh well, never mind. If you like my project, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel using the button below. Leave me a comment. I really appreciate it, and it helps me out on YouTube. I have a Facebook group where I do Facebook Live on Thursday evenings at 7:30. Check us out. This week, we're going to do another fancy fold. I found a really cute and easy one. The ladies loved the one last week. If you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your online person. Send me a message, and I'll help you out in any way I can. Have a great day.